Hey you guys, what's up? It's Vikeejeah, and I'm asking all of you to get ready with me as I prepare for my cousin's baby shower. Now, I'm doing kind of a full get ready with me. I didn't show myself putting on the accessories, maybe just the septum thing, but I'm gonna show you guys how I did my hair. Just a high kind of fro poof thing. And I'm especially excited because I'm using the Urban Decay Vice 4 to create this eye look. I'm also using Kat Von D lipstick to do this ombre look, and a few other new items. A little bit of a mixing of highlighters and limited edition things. So just, if you want to get this look, if you'd like to see how I did this look, please keep watching. What's up everybody? Let's get started. So I'm going in with my primers. I'm going to be using Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in the Pore Minimizing formula. And this is for my entire face. I just figure why not? It's pretty mattifying. And then I'm going in with the under eye primer that is also from Smashbox because your girl is in her 30s and I got to keep these fine lines at bay, fill them in so that I can have a more youthful appearance. Then I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadow primer, and this is from Beverly. Just gonna massage that in until it's fully incorporated, and then we're gonna jump right into foundation. I'm using Kat Von D's Lock-It Foundation in 2 colors. I'm using number 74 right now, which has more of an orangey golden undertone, and the undertones are very intense on this particular foundation. I'm going to be using some Fix Plus in my flat top kabuki to buff this in and to keep it pliable because it's a 24-hour wear. It's full coverage. It's a very thick foundation that dries quickly, and so I need to keep my brush fully lubricated so that I can spread it around. Now the orange undertone that this foundation has acts as a corrector, and it does oxidize, so it's not going to leave me looking like an Oompa Loompa, but the color does come off quite golden once it does completely oxidize. And so I like to go in with a little bit more of a reddish undertone on top of it, and that's where I'm using number 72 from the same line right here. And I'm just going to mix that in with the current foundation that's on my face with some Fix Plus, of course. That's going to give me as close to my skin tone as I can possibly get. I really like this foundation, and I'm just trying to get the mixture right. I think that these 2 foundation tones will be perfect for me once I find out exactly what's going to work. And I think I came pretty close today. So once I get this fully incorporated onto my face and my neck, because it's always important to take it down your neck, I am going to move on to concealer. Now I'm using Kat Von D's Lock-It Concealer in number 36. I like this color as an everyday concealer slash highlight because it doesn't, it's not overly bright. Now you could certainly go one more shade down or up depending on who you're talking to, and you know, customize it for yourself. This is number 36, as I said. So I'm just going in with a buffing brush, and I put it all over my lids as an additional primer. So I'm just going to buff it all the way in with a touch of Fix Plus. And once that's fully incorporated, we'll move on to a little bit of contour. Now I don't have, oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up some. I'm going to set my concealer before we move on to contour. Yes, so I'm using a CoverGirl Queen Pressed Powder. I believe it's in like medium. I will leave all the details for you guys in the description box as to every single product I'm using on my face. I'm going in now with my Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation in Deep Honey. And I'm going to take that all over the rest of my face, wherever I didn't use the previous pressed powder. Now I'm going in with a blush. This is from NARS. This is Christopher Kane from NARS. It's a super like neon pink. It's amazing. And I love it on my skin tone because it just kind of, it comes across quite soft. Now, this is my Embark matte shadow from MAC. I use it currently as a contour, but I want a freaking contour. I had to throw away my camouflage palette because it was like almost a year old. I had to give up on it. So instead of getting another Makeup Forever contour palette, which I don't really need, I'm looking for a liquid contour and then a powder contour to go on top of it. So you guys give me some suggestions in the comment section. I'm looking at Sasha's, and I'm looking at Bobbi Brown's foundation stick in Ebony. but please give me more suggestions if you have any. I'm just contouring the usual spots on my face, including my nose. I'm avoiding my chin today. I didn't feel like I needed it. I'm going in with my highlight now. This is from the Magic of the Night collection from MAC. It's in the color Staff of Gold or Shaft of Gold. I think it's Shaft of Gold, yeah. And this is a very subtle skin-like glow. It's not a super bright highlight, which is why I'm going in with the Champagne Glow palette from BECCA, the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. And I'm gonna be using all three of these, you guys. I'm starting off with the bronze color, and I'm using that as a blush highlight. That's going right over top that NARS blush. And then I'm going on top of my cheeks with Pearl. Pearl is the white one that has a silver undertone to it. Do not be afraid of this, ladies. My women of color, it does not leave you ashy. It leaves a beam of light on your face. Get a load of my cheeks. I'm going in the center of my face with Champagne Pop, and I got a little overzealous on my nose there, but I'm gonna go back with my foundation brush and just, you know, tone it down a bit. And then I'm gonna take a touch more of Pearl right on my Cupid's bow just to make it pop, and then on my chin as well. You'll see how that looks at the end of the video. Now let's get into this Vice palette. Oh my God, I freaking love this palette, you guys. I'm going to list all of the names of the colors that I'm using in the order that I'm using them, so you guys know exactly what you're looking at when you go pick up this palette, because you need this palette in your life. I am a stan for this palette, you guys. It is really probably, I say this every time I get a new Urban Decay palette, but this is like my favorite, for real. From the packaging to the product, it is absolutely amazing. I'm just going in on my crease with the transition color, making sure to relax my eyes occasionally so that I can really see how it's going to look. Since I have hooded eyes, hooded eyelids, I want to make sure that it's going to look like I'm expecting it to look. So I relax my face a little bit in between application just so that I'm sure that I can see the color. I'm going in with a light color on my brow bone. There are two colors that are kind of similar in the palette. You want to get the one that is matte and that has a yellow undertone to it if you are a woman of color using this as a brow bone highlight. That is going to stand out very well against your skin tone without appearing ashy. Now, I'm going to take another brush, a clean one, for my crease, and I'm using the dark brown matte shade in the palette just to deepen my crease, and I'm looking to make sure that I'm not taking it too far inward, and I'm also making sure to wing it out on the ends. I want the outer crease to appear more receded than the inside, and that's because I have like a more prominent hood on the outer portion of my eyelid. It kind of dips down a little bit, so I want to create the illusion that it's a little more far set so that you can see the rest of my eyelid. All right, and then once I'm satisfied with that, I'm taking my mixing medium, and this is a lifesaver for people with hooded eyes. This makes anything that you're going to put on your mobile lid stick to it and not move at all. So that means once you get it on your eyelid, in this case, I'm doing it on the mobile lid as well as the lower lash line. Once you get it on, it's nice and sticky. You're going to apply your shadow color or colors in my case. And once they are applied to this mixing medium, which is from MAC, it will not transfer to the upper portion of your eyelid, which is something that people with hooded eyelids suffer from quite a lot. And it can be super annoying, and you end up going back and forth and blending and blending and blending in between the application only to have it still transfer at the end. So I love this mixing medium for that. It does not move. It will not transfer to the top of your eyelid, I promise you. So get yourself a little tube of this. A little bit goes a long way. It's not that expensive, and it's super duper effective. Now I am going in with my, I believe this is my third color on the center of my lid. Like I said, I will list all of the colors that I'm using. I used it's kind of maroon color on the outer portion of my eyelid, and then I used a frosty purple color on the inner part of my eyelid and a deep navy tone on the center of the lid. And then in the tear duct area, I used a rusted orange color and then overlaid it with the color called Bones, which is a very vanilla. I used it on my brow bone as well. That was all I did. I did it on the upper and lower lash line. Now I'm going in with more of the crease color just to deepen that crease and blend out any harsh lines. I'm going to do the same thing on my other eye off camera, just to keep things moving. Once I get my transition color blended in and I'm happy with it, there we go. Now we're going on to the mascara. I tight lined off camera. I was having allergy issues, so I didn't want to include that in the video. I'm going in with my absolute favorite mascara of the moment, which is NARS Audacious Mascara. The wand is a miracle worker at creating the illusion of false lashes. I mean, the volume, length, and separation that this mascara wand creates is astounding. It's seriously my absolute favorite right now for upper lashes. Now for lower lashes, I'm using Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This brush is a great combination between spiky and bristly. And I think that it creates the volume that is necessary to match my upper lashes while still being easy to work with for the lower lash line. Moving on to my brows, I'm going to do just my simple routine. I groom them first and then I go in and fill them in with MAC's Brow Pencil in Spiked, which is the perfect color for my eyebrows, and I'm just filling them in. Taking care to keep a nice clean line on the bottom there, and then I'm flicking upwards once I get to the closer to my nose. I want to call that the inner portion of the brow. Then I continue to brush the product into my hairs, fine tune it, and then move on to the other brow before I use my Genius Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. You guys, this is the best freaking brow gel on the face of the planet. It comes with a spatula, not a brush, and it just spackles on that freaking product, and you brush it in, and it's waterproof for the rest of the day. Amaze. Now we're going on to the liner. I'm using Nightmoth from MAC to line my lips, and I'm going to take care to deepen the inner corners of both my upper and lower lip to create depth. And then I'm going to grab my lipstick, which is Studded Kiss by Kat Von D in the color LUV. I'm going to put that on the rest of my lips. It is a matte, vibrant violet color. And I'm going to, I'm loving on this lipstick. I'm going to mix it in with the liner just by mashing my lips together. And then just to keep it moisturized throughout the day, I'm going to go over top of it with a little bit of gloss from NARS that has a purple color to it, so I don't interrupt the color of my final result that I wanted. Spraying myself down with some Smashbox primer water just to finish my face. And then we're gonna move on to my hair. Now, I've been loving on some Quimette Biologics. I'm going to talk to you guys about that in another video. But as you can see, I don't have to do a whole lot with it. I just take the scarf off. I apply a little bit of moisture just to make it pliable. And I'm using something called Gorilla Snot. It's a very sticky hair gel kind of product. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it works really well for holding my hair in place without being crunchy. But it is a little sticky, so I like to go over top of that with a softer gel. I'm going to use As I Am's smoothing gel. Yeah, it's a smoothing gel. And then I'm going to put that right over top and make sure I have enough of it to keep my hair in place. I'm going to use a soft bristle brush just to brush the product through my hair, and then I'm using a headband that I double up to create my poof. I don't like to wear my hair incredibly tight, so this is what I pretty much default to most of the time. I'm just pushing the headband up to where I like it, and then I'm gonna fluff out my curls, my little puff. And until I get it where I like it, I'm just gonna play with it. I'm gonna tuck some pieces in a little bit. I'm gonna move the puff to make sure that it's centered on my head, and just keep looking at it and playing with it. I'm not gonna use any bobby pins today. I'm gonna brush my edges to make sure everything's slicked down nicely. And then once I'm satisfied with that, it's time for some accessories. I put on some earrings I got from Forever 21. I put on my septum, my fake septum piercing, and some rings. And then I throw my jacket on and I'm done. Ta-da! Here we are. I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm a little early with the kiss, but love you.